Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We are here. We are in our final best of 3 series, and we are watching the members of the Division C West matchup. On the left, we have Tass, though, and on the right, we have Can't Counterpick Stupid, as I realize my text scaling is not correct, so I need to fix that because it will bother the heck out of me the entire time. All right, text scaling. Slowly but surely, we're just hitting spacebar. That's good enough. Looks more even that way. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on into this. We are here on Volskaya, and I'm sure you're sitting at home. You're like, I just got rated over. How did we get to Volskaya? It's okay. I got you covered. The home team is going to be the members of Tass, though. They won the coin flip, opting for map pick priority in game number 1. We have them banning out Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire. The opposing side, Can't Counterpick Stupid, is going to be banning out Sky Temple as well as Tomb the Spider Queen. We do have our first map going to be chosen by the members of Tass, though, as Volskaya Foundry. Let's go ahead and get back into our drafts and see what we get here. This intro, Covey was the one who made it and absolutely killed it. So very good. Yeah, shout out to This Is Covey for the intro. Seriously, they did an amazing job with it, and they gave it to all the casters for free. It's just, you beautiful soul. Thank you. All right, Joanna and Sylvanas going to be banned on the left-hand side. We have a Stitches and a Garrosh. I don't know why my brain couldn't think of Stitches quick enough. Going to be banned out on the right. So getting rid of those main tanks. Stitches, quite the nuisance, but as I was saying in the previous matchup, every division has a kind of a different meta, and that's why we're actually seeing Mal'Ganis being prioritized right now, as this will be a Kael'thas Mal'Ganis on the left-hand side. I like that. That means they're going to play a brawly game. Mal'Ganis will be living within the backline, and you also have Kael'thas with a lot of CC, so that allows Mal'Ganis to, if they're too deep in the backline, they need to get out of there. There's a Gravity Lapse to help them get away. Also, Gravity Lapse to help them engage as well. Those Fell Claws will be another kind of CC on top of that, so I like that duo right there to start this out. Anduin on the right, we could be seeing... Ooh. I was wondering if we were actually going to be seeing an Anubarak for the Light Bomb on Anubarak, but... Because Greymane, Anubarak, Anduin, that's a strong grouping, but... Mark Zombie, what is that gif? Is that just someone falling? Hots Throwaway, thank you for the 300 bits. I appreciate that, my friend. Thanks for giving Bandit some scratches. Li Ming will be banned out, as that does pair insanely well with the Greymane, and on a brawly map like this, reset value could be massive for a team, so that's a heads-up ban coming out from the members of Tass, though. Can't Counterpick Stupid, though, looking to get rid of something here. Something in the healing department would actually be probably your best bet. A Stukov wouldn't be a bad idea. Alexstrasza, maybe. Decker Kane's an option. Anna's as well. There's a lot of healers out there, but they're going to get rid of the sustained damage from the Raynor. Raynor wasn't what I was thinking, but at the same time, he has been making a pretty strong showing consistently through a lot of the games that we've casted this evening. Blaze will be grabbed with an Ana as well. There's a nano boost for the Kael'thas. They do need some extra damage. We'll see what they get over there. Might be like a Hanzo to round out that draft. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But on the right-hand side, they're going to need something in the solo lane to go up against the Blaze. Into the Mal'Ganis as well. I'm actually not opposed to a Malthael, but a Chromie's going to be picked up for some artillery from the distance. I still think you can go Malthael here. Malthael or Thrall would be actually really, really beneficial. Thrall more so, yeah. Thrall, I like Thrall way more here because it synergizes with the Chromie really well. It empowers the Greymane as well as the Murden. You get a Stormbolt into a Feral Spirit, that's the root from Thrall, and then you have Chromie dumping in damage. Greymane's dove in. You have Chastise from Anduin to potentially lock them down a third time. There's a lot of good control and fight coming out from the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid, but Tass, though, they need to round out this draft. I personally think a Hanzo would work really well for them. Gives them a little bit of wave clear, gives them some poke as well, and it empowers the rest of the team, but yes! Yes! Bug Queen's here. Zagara's going to be... I'm excited to see Zagara play. Me personally, I love to see some Zagara. I believe she had some buffs that came through in the patch on Monday. I might be wrong on that. I know it was Nazebo, Deathwing, obviously, Mephisto. I feel like Zagara had some change. Yeah, Zagara had changes to Nidus Network, not Nidus Network, Devouring Maw, and I think some just baseline ability increases. I might be wrong on that though. I feel like I am. Either way. Valk has a scary Murden. Gaz open? Oh, Gaz would be good here. And for anyone who's wondering, like, Gazlo, really? Why? It's because of the fact that you have hired goons. It works in the same way as the Mercenary Queen from Sylvanas. Obviously, Sylvanas is a little bit more impactful, as we see her a lot more often, but Gazlo does have... Gazlo can give him the clamps. Can give him the clamps. Kinda. Zag had a buff, yeah. Okay, because I couldn't remember. I honest to God could not remember. But I thought she got touched in the most recent patch. It's exciting. It's exciting. I was actually watching, I said it earlier, but I was watching Kyle Ferguson stream and I was watching his Zagara play, and it's really fun. Like, it's a hero that I personally, like, I fell in love with when I started playing the game. I played so much Zagara. And then the whole, like, like, does anyone remember specialists or thought about specialists in the last, like, 6 months? That's a weird concept all of a sudden to think about. It's just like, wait, yeah, there were specialists in the game. There used to be, back in the day, way back in competitive Heroes of the Storm Professional, there actually used to be people who were, you know, you'd have your, like, your range carry, you'd have your main tanks, you'd have your healers, and then you'd actually have someone who was just a specialist only. Those players had to end up transitioning into flex players, but still, it was just wild. Like, back in the day, like, you could just be a specialist player. Hired goons, is Jayhow here? What? Jayhow learned that stuff from me. I don't know what Jayhow learns everything from me. You guys gotta know that, right? I'm doing well, Turd Herder. Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a great night as well. Let's get into the game, because we have that up and available. On the left-hand side, we got Tass, though. Hemo Santiago on the Zagara. Rigamortis is going to be on the Ana. We have Kurt Dug on the Blaze. Travaro is going to be on the Mal'Ganis, and we have Crypt Digger on the Kael'thas. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Keladorn going to be on the Greymane. Valk is going to be on the Muradin. Thorin is going to be on the Chromie. Osprey is going to be on the Thrall, and Wit's End will be on the Anduin. Let's get into our mid lane engagement and check out what we get here initially. Let's also get our player vision set up so we can kind of focus in on those. Kael'thas actually going to be going into Felon Fusion at level 1. This is, I don't see this very often, but this is definitely, like, it's an auto attack based, very one-shotty build, and like post 10 you can, if you're able to get like your autos, it's basically like cycling your abilities with your autos and also using Pyroblast as well instead of Phoenix, which Phoenix has better zoning potential, especially on a map like this, but if you can single shot like a Greymane or a Chromie, that's huge for you. We'll have to keep an eye on how that progresses throughout the game. Speaking of things progressing throughout the game, Osprey over here grabbing Crash Lightning. Now, we talked about this last night when we were casting, I believe it was a Division B team, and I'm not too big of a fan of Crash Lightning here, mostly because of how they're setting up their Thrall. They're banking on the Thrall getting those stacks during the objective phase, which you'll basically have 3 of those through the game. Typically you have 3. The game typically ends around control point C. You can cycle back to a control point A, but it's rare, and it's also rare that, like, it comes to that point. But we'll see how this all works out. The one thing that I want to harp on here is just, if you're going to grab Crash Lightning, the Thrall shouldn't be in the solo lane. They need to be rotating with the 4-member group to finish that out. Something like, if you were to swap the Greymane in instead, that would actually be really impactful, because they can go into Worgen form. They can also use the Razor Swipe in Worgen form to clear out these creep tumors from the Zagara. Now, Thrall has Feral Spirit, and that's it. If they actually go into Frost Pack at level 4, they can't use that until they finish it out to clear out waves. So it's just these little things. Like, I'm not saying like they're bad, anything like that. I'm just saying like these are the things that I've noticed based on the games that I've casted in, as well as just the what we're currently matching up with. But hey, I could be wrong. They could finish it out during the first objective phase. Who knows? But there's a huge fight breaking out in this tight corridor, as that's going to be Chromie going down. Oh my god, the value from the Chain Bomb right now is insane, as they got the Chromie kill from the first one. Keladorn very low. We do have the disengage from them as well to try and get away, as Wit's End gets hit with the Gilnean Cocktail. I know it looks like their Anduin player got hit by the Greymane, but it was the rest of the team, the enemy team, that ended up getting that kill. It was just the way the animation looked and the positioning was just a little funny. But anyways, that was my whole. That's all I wanted to harp on, is just this matchup, especially into the Zagara, is going to be difficult for this Thrall, as Zagara. What did they go into at level 4? They went into Envenom Spines. I was like, man, that was a lot of poison damage. There's no way that's Medusa Blades. So they have this activate to apply 280 damage over 5 seconds. And you just saw that in action right there. Osprey's health just dwindled. Meanwhile, over here in the top lane, we are going to be having an engagement going out over this biotic emitter. They're trying to find themselves some extra sustain during these during this objective phases. Valkymer gets out of there with some like 100 health, but they're going to be fine for now. Also, Hot's Throwaway, thank you for the follow, my friend. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Thank you again for the bits. Thank you for donating to everyone. I can't believe it's Zekdar. It's a chance. I missed so much of the chat. Wrapped up Nexus, wrapped up Edge coming in for spicy match. Thank you for coming by, Turd. Thanks for the raid, by the way. Thank you all for bringing the Nexus friends over here. I'm excited to check out the VOD tomorrow for that. It's always good to see the power rankings. I did see, I got a ping in the NGS Discord in the general, something about Celexia's toxicity. So I don't know if you guys need to get that under wraps or something, but... Also, I like the use of throwing the creep tumor on the conveyor belt and it just pushes up and it lands right here and it gives them vision. Speaking of vision, let's actually jump over to the vision for said Zagara so you can see what they're seeing as they do have all this creep out, as well as they're trying to control this point. Osprey will be the target they dive on initially. That's a good Night Rush, going to be slowing them down from getting back into behind their front gate. Muradin able to get out once again with just a sliver of health. They're going to need to back out of there as they don't have 7 talents here just yet. Chromie going to be grabbing the camp over here on the right hand. Nope, never mind. Thought she was going to be grabbing that, but Triglav Protector immediately grabbed by the members of Tass though, and it's an early Triglav Protector, so it's not the strongest in the world. What are we looking at for damage and health? 229, and we're looking at 13k health, 13.8k health. But they get the front gate in mid. They're going to jump up into top lane and grab the well up here as well. They're going to get rid of that lane sustain. Muradin's going to get hit with the Rocket Glove, going to force them back a wee bit. Going to be continuing to battle it out with this Triglav Protector, but getting what they mostly wanted. They wanted the gate in mid, and they wanted the well in top. That well means there's no sustain during the control point B phase, and that makes it a little bit more difficult for the members of can't counterpick stupid. Gravity Lapse coming through. A lot of damage onto Valk, just bullying this Muradin as they have to dwarf toss away from there. Just gonna step up over here. Like, I don't know the range of that splash damage, but I'm done with it. So they're gonna just back out right there. And now we get back into our laning phase. While we have this laning phase happening, let's cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what the experience damage and healing has looked like for both these teams thus far into the game. We'll check on this a little bit later, post 10, somewhere around the 13 or post 13 area, just to get an idea of how these engagements have impacted these numbers since then. But they're going to try and open up mid lane a little bit further. I was actually harping on this in the last game, and I didn't get to really touch on it too much. There's a very, very big value. There's a lot of value from grabbing or taking down the sidewalls, because it denies vision to the enemy team. These Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis are just on point. With the Night Rush to follow up afterwards, Thrall not going to be able to make it through the gate right there. We'll check on those Crash Lightning stacks in just a second. But removing any sort of vision for the enemy team, even though it's a sidewall, it doesn't give you experience. It still gives you that... You're removing something from the enemy team that benefits them on your rotations, as that's going to be Zagara finding the last little bit of damage they needed onto the Muradin. Jet Propulsion goes onto Thorn as they're just trying to get towards their front gate and tower, but they don't have one. Gravity Lapse just out of range. Blaze trying to use the Flamethrower to get the kill. Doesn't find it right there, but they end up forcing them away. I think they stole away the camp on top of all of that. I think they did. I'm honestly not sure. I honestly don't know who got it. It says blue, but I don't know if they capped it and someone else picked it up. Either way, we do have Biotic Emitter going to be grabbed here. I didn't look at the timer on the Triglav Protector. I believe it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds to the announcement. So we're probably looking somewhere in the 8-minute range, plus or minus for the next Triglav Protector to be popping up or announced in the top lane. During this phase, we are going to be seeing 10 Talontiers picked up. And also with the 10 Talontiers, can we talk about Mal'Ganis' 10 right now? Hello? There's the Pyroblast from Kael'thas as well. So going to be going into that single target burst damage potential. I think they were actually walking up to potentially throw the Pyroblast onto them. Yeah. I always doubt myself. I don't know why. I see Pyroblast. I'm like, no, you're not saying that one right. 30-47. I missed a lot of chat. I have no idea what that's what that means. Gravity Lapse connecting onto the Anduin. Osprey going to be coming in here as well. The avatar form from Muradin was popped. Thorin going to be getting hit with the Pyroblast. They went down. Hello? How much damage is that? Chromie had like full health. What is Chromie's health pool right now? We'll click on that in 13 seconds. Or actually, hold on.
I'm starting up an access terminal.
Chromie is currently a Triglav Protector. She had like 700 health taken out from her. I love the little, there it is. Okay, it fixed itself. I love that it was the Triglav Protector for a couple seconds. Oh, so Alexia, I was making a joke about how they need to get you under control for how toxic you were on the Nexus Edge. I saw that, I saw the little clip of, I believe you're just reading what someone else wrote, but it was just like, anyways. Yeah, Dark Conversion for the Mal'Ganis. That's a choice. That's not something we see very often. I want to say there's probably about 3 games of Dark Conversion I've ever casted, one of which I think, well, this might be actually the fourth, but there was, oh, there's the dark conversion right there. I cannot believe they got the value from that. Because, like, that was the one thing. It's just, like, it's getting the value. Most times I see a lot of Mal'Ganis, they pop it. They're like, oh, cool. Like, it's like Palm from Kerosene. Like, I'll use it the last second. No, no, no. Like, you need to time that out really, really well. But now we have another fight popping up in top lane. Zagara is splitting down in bottom, so they know that this is a 5v4 in their favor. But they end up almost losing Valk as they pop the Avatar farm. Gonna get the Dwarf Toss right out there. Trevorrow is almost out of here. They're actually using the Fell Claws to get away, but Rigomoris was body blocking them a little bit. Crypt Digger getting so very low as well. I cannot believe how many members have cycled out, losing or almost going down. They pop their Biotic Emitter. They're all going to get healed up by that. That's going to be Hemo Santiago rotating into top to help out as they pushed in bottom lane enough. Kurt Dog stepping very far forward, and Murden gets the Goomba Stomp onto them. Actually, Thorin going to find that kill. Two members are going to get caught out by the Devouring Maw right there, as Osprey going to be coming back in here to help out. A little bit of Chain Lightning value coming in as Valkymer is going to be trying to make it out, but I don't know if they will be able to. The healing was not enough from Anduin in time. I think the Flash Heal was maybe just a second behind because there is a bit of a delay on that, and that Chain Bomb value just coming through at the last second for them. As we do see Control Point B in favor now for the members of Tass, though. Can't Counterpick Stupid a little bit on the back foot, but hey, not going to be out of this just yet. Yo, Shadonis, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope everything's going well for you. Once we see the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid pick up their 13 talent tiers, we'll wait a couple seconds and then we'll go ahead and cycle through the numbers once again, because I just want to update you consistently on those just to see how they progress from Control Point A to Control Point B, as well as just damage numbers, overall experience, and healing, because it's always fun just to provide as much information for the stream as possible. As Kurt Dog steps up here, overtime is going to be in favor for the members of Tass, though, and we're going to actually pull away the talents. They're down 13 talents here. Light Bomb going out from Murden, but it's going to be them going down. Night Rush came out from the Mal'Ganis as well, as they're going to find a couple members in the backline. They get the Greymane kill. Thorin is going to be going down, spreading that chain bomb around. Jet propulsion forward from Kurt Dog, looking just to slow them down in the escape out of this, as they do have this Trickle Up Protector. With 3 down on the opposing side, I definitely say you take the top lane fort. I don't think they're going to go for top lane keep. I usually talk about how much value this is, but it's just the death timers are so low that you might as well just go for top lane fort, maybe go for mid lane fort, but definitely you want to grab this bottom lane. You've already removed the well, but having more room to kind of be aggressive in the lane is very beneficial for you. But it seems like they're going to split the Zagara and Kael'thas off. They're going to be the ones to siege in through mid and bottom, and they're going to have this Blaze as well as the Trickle Up Protector to push out through top lane. Now this is really risky because you have Ana who's going to drop out of this, and Ana's not a frontline unit whatsoever. Her health pool is, I wouldn't say minuscule, but it's a lot lower than someone that you want to be dropping out of a Trickle Up Protector in front of an entire enemy team. But while they're in this Trickle Up Protector, they are doing a decent amount of damage and forcing them back. 16 talent here isn't too far off, and while Zagara managed to get the bottom lane fort, Kael'thas was not able to get the mid lane because I think they were forced back by Celadorn. The rest of the team, though, will be able to rotate mid. This is possible for a triple fort play. Jet propulsion from the Blaze gets them out of there. Zagara rotating in. Trickle Up Protector should be going down. 10 seconds left on it. Only 4% on it as well. They just need to be wary. Actually, no, they don't need to be wary because Rigor Mortis got out early. So that was just going to be the Mal'Ganis who dropped out. Crypt Digger so very low. Goes down to the Light Bomb from Anduin. That will be the Devouring Maw from Zagara as well. A huge Dark Conversion lands onto Valk as they get the Dwarf Toss over the wall. Third Wind will proc for them as well, but this is going to be a lot of members getting forced back. They still get the kill into Kael'thas and don't give one over on their own side, so that's a big pickup for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid, but still on the back foot, and they also need to find a way back into this game, as I believe we're about a minute 30 off from our bottom lane control point. No, excuse me. We're probably about at 2 minutes still, so we're looking somewhere around the 14:30 mark, I believe, in the game. Shadonis, oh my god, thank you for using your Twitch Prime here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dipe and Wipe, thank you for the follow as well. Isn't there a stronger tier for white? What? I've never seen one dark conversion value like this, and two, I've never seen this many dark conversions in a game. I typically see one, and it either goes super well or they just get bodied, as I was discussing before. Like Kerosene, people hold it like, I'm just gonna self R, like I'll control R, or excuse me, Alt R. Yeah, Alt R. Sorry, it took me a second. I was like, control? No. Anyways, it just to cast it on yourself. Ooh, this is a lot of damage. Chromie will be okay. She has got 2,500 health, but yeah, you can't leave dark conversion to the last second. You have to kind of plan that you're taking so much damage that you then can get that conversion over. Because I believe it's like a 1.5 second windup, 0.75, so half of that. Still, that 0.75, like people can body you in that time. Mid lane Fort. Gonna be going down to the Roachling. What are you at? Like 14 health? One Baneling takes care of that right there. They grab themselves a bot emitter for that. But look at top lane. Valk is in a bit of a rough spot. Gonna try and use the conveyor belt. Gonna try and go to this top portion, maybe get the conveyor belt out. No, ends up dwarf tossing straight down. Pops the avatar form, gets hit with a sleep dart as well as the jet propulsion from the blades. A lot of damage going on to Valk, and I don't think they make it out of this one alive. Verdant going down, 11-2 in kills, 17-16 in our levels, and with that kill, I think they're going to look to maybe push up top lane, open this up further. They do have one of the towers already down in the gate. They could be looking for the second tower and maybe even a keep. Without their Murden, this is a lot of their front line gone. As I was noting before, all they have is really a Thrall to be kind of a bruiser, and they're in bottom lane currently, just trying to push that out, preparing for control point C. As I said before, going to be getting that around the 1430 mark and going to be getting that in about 20 seconds as it does pop up right there. They're looking for this keep, and this is actually huge because if you're able to get a keep, you have constant catapult pressure coming through top lane. You can play control point B so insanely slow, or excuse me, control point C so insanely slow, and you just let that catapult wave constantly win out in your favor. And this is exactly it. I don't think they look to end the game. There's too many members up. The defense is going to be a little too strong, so control point C opens up. They back off. A lot of pressure and a lot of good plays coming out from the members of Tass though, but can't counterpick stupid. Not out of this just yet. They hit a good power spike with 16. We've got a good control point C coming up. If they're able to grab this, easily they can push through bottom lane, look for maybe a keep. But on the opposing side, depending on what happens, Tass though could be taking us to game number 2 with this next Trigla Protector. I think he might have lived there if he went on the belt. That's what I was thinking, Lorelei, as well. Also, how you doing? Because typically, since we have just people getting camps, typically, like, I was thinking the bait would be just kind of this rotation right here, and then you dwarf toss somewhere around the bottom of the belt when they're expecting to be able to body block you here. You dive over them, and then you just get away. But not the case as, Kurt Dog does get they end up getting their fortification camp. There was an invade coming in. Control point was left by one of the members because they were afraid that there was a possibility for another engagement to be popping off, so they want to make sure they're, as a 5 group, kind of stepping up into that. Chromie going to be managing bottom lane. Mid lane's going to be managed by Valk and Wit's End. Top lane, though, this is something you need to worry about because it's constant catapult pressure coming out. This will win out the wave consistently. Oh, hi, Meridian. I see your health bar. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. Exactly. Overtime here in favor for Tass, though. A lot of damage onto Kurt Dog with the Curse Bolt right there. Light Bomb comes out onto one. There's going to be the bunker coming out to dodge that damage. Pyroblast goes out into Wit's End. They find the kill onto the Anduin. Is there a dark conversion for Offspreed? Not even actually necessary. Travaros has so much health already. They actually... No, they do have dark conversion off cooldown. Okay. Trigla Protector was grabbed. Anna's going to be the one who jumps into that one. I was about to say, you can't leave that for too long. Sleep went out onto Valk. Jet Propulsion doesn't connect. They do have... There's the Dark Conversion. It actually was interrupted. It's on 10-second cooldown. They tried to swap the health of Thrall, but I think there was like a Stormbolt for Murden or something like that just as they were getting away. Really, really good shot coming out from Valk right there. Thorin going to Hearth back, get full on mana and health before they go for this. This is a major defense. Oh my god, Osprey taking so much damage. Gets bodied right there. Bottom lane going to be pushing on in with the Strigla Protector. Chromie trying to push out and dump out the damage as best as they can. Devouring Maw catches the I don't know why I want to say Thrall. Catches the Grey Man as there was a follow-up Jet Propulsion. They just smush the Grey Man into the ground, and with 2 dead, they can look for core at this point, especially with a point C Trigla Protector. We are going to be having them step up. Gravity Lapse was onto Valk, but there's no Pyroblast up it for the next 15 seconds. So with this, Zagara's putting the damage in. Catapult already here as well. Top lane going to be joining in. Wit's End has the light bomb, just zones back a couple members, but the core is going to be falling, and that is going to be game number 1 over to the Tass, though. GG. Well played. So what's the interaction with Zag creep on the belt? So what ends up happening is, I was actually noting this earlier on control point A, when Zagar was in bottom lane and put one of the creeps on that bottom lane conveyor belt, which pushes into mid lane, or pushes onto control point A. So she actually, there was a creep on it, it went onto control point A, and then it started spreading. So the way that it works with conveyor belts, now when it's the circular ones, I don't actually know. I honestly don't know off the top of my head. Now that I say it, I was just like, oh wait, how does that work? I think it's just constantly spreading outward. Or maybe it hits its mat. No, I don't know, honestly. I'll have to look into that. It's a good question, Lorelai. It's a very good question. Hodox, thank you for the follow as well. Shadonis, thank you for the 3 months of support, my friend. Very, very much appreciated. Let's show some talents as well.
To the end of the world. Subscribed.
Forgot to do this a while ago, but hey XD.
Just currently asking if they want map pick or first pick. On circle, it spreads and then dies as the tumor pet. Okay. It hits its max, but then travels with the belts. Okay, that's how in my head it makes sense, Ara. But I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to lie to chat. All right, let's pull it back to Bandit and I. And oh, he's so sleepy. There you go, bud. Alrighty, let me update some stuff in the background really quickly, and then we will get going into our next game. Oops, oh no! Yay, Control Z. I need left side score. That's a Z, Chris. Alrighty. Alright, let's go ahead and get into map number 2. Let's mark down these notes for myself and get the lobby going. I can manage the lobby after because they all use the same portrait because they're good teams. Alright, for anyone who's on an NGS team, if you would like to make the caster's life a million times easier, all use the same portrait. Just use the same portrait, everybody. Everybody use the same portrait. That makes my life a bajillion times easier. But you already knew that. You already knew that. Tournament draft, match history, team 1. This is going to be won by them. This is going to be the map pick by them, and it's going to be that one. Okay. Slowly getting everyone in here. Once again, thank you all for hanging out. I've missed all of you. Thank you for being here. Honest to God, like this is what I look forward to during my workday. Like I work a 10-hour shift drafting in AutoCAD, and then I get to come here and talk about video games for like 3 hours, 4 hours probably. But thanks for being here. If you do enjoy the stream, if you oh my God, Hots Throwaway, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Also, thank you for sharing rewards with everyone in chat.
To the end of the world.
If you need a consultant for which portrait may be best for you, hit up Selexia. There you go. She streams like every single day. You should go check out her stream. It's quite enjoyable. Can also assist with Skinergy. Also, okay, I know that NGS will never make this a rule, but I'm going to make it a rule that officially in an NGS game, you have to use the choo-choo train. You have to. And then once you wipe the enemy team, once you get a 5-member wipe, you choo-choo train together, so everyone links together, and then you all just choo-choo train to the core and end the game. I want to see that so bad. Like that is, yes. Thanks for saying I was popping off. You were though. Like Miles, you played amazingly. If you yell F you the curse word, I'll give you 100 bits. No thanks, Justice. I don't need to do that on my stream. Let's put Offspring on their team and we get Bandit. Bandit would be crazy. He only doggos. All right, so Hemo Santiago said they're ready and CCS is ready. Okay. Alrighty. Game number 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. Sounds like a deal. I'll do it. Yeah. Go give Lazy Hydra 100 bits. He'll yell curse words.
Colon closing parenthesis.
Day, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for giving Bandit some head scratches. All right, everyone, let's get into our draft here. Game number 2. We are here on Infernal Shrines, and I'm sure you're itching to find out how we might have gotten Sorry, just the comments. The teams were just like, swap people around, put Bandit in the game. And I was like, sorry, he's retired. He's like, yeah, the HGC's over. I get it. All right, let's go ahead and figure out what our maps are going to be here, as we do have the members of Tass, though, winning the initial coin flip and opting for first pick, or map pick priority in game number 1. They banned out Braxis Holdout as well as Dragonshire. Sky Temple and Tomb of Spider Queen are going to be banned out by the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Volskaya Foundry was the first map chosen by Tass, though. They lost that map. They won that map. The members of Can't Counterpick Stupid on the losing side had first pick or map pick priority. They decided to take us to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. On the right hand, let's go ahead and get back into the scrap. You won nothing. Ha ha ha. Okay. I'm okay with that. We have a Joanna and a Sylvanas going to be banned on the left-hand side. We have a Blaze being removed here as well. They're just like, all right, no more Blaze. We do not want to deal with that. We do not want to deal with that whatsoever. I can't blame them. I really can't blame them. Jazzy, thank you for resubscribing. Thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. I hope you're having a wonderful night, my friend. Are you going to be playing more Battlegrounds this evening? Are you going to be streaming this evening?
Bahamu 1LFG, Bahamu 1OH, Bahamu 1FG.
Thank you so much for the 4 months in a row. I really appreciate that support, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Okay, so Sylvanas, Kael'thas can be banned out. Those are two respect bans coming out right there. Wow. Okay. What do we get for our first pick here? ETC. Interesting. I mean, this is a map where we actually do see a lot of ETC popping up. I think he can be really aggressive and really, really powerful here. But if you're able to shred his armor, he's gonna have a rough go. Like, ETC is 100% armor based. He does not have the biggest health pool in the world. Classic reverse sweep, it's possible. Oh, that's a match made in heaven, though. We talked about this in the first best of 3 series that we had this evening, and we are going to be seeing it once again. Can't Counterpick Stupid, going for the bride and groom, if you will. That might not be the best analogy, but Raynor and Jaina, they just pair so well together. And the reason being is because you have the slows from Jaina with her Frostbite, even just like an Ice Lance or a Cone of Cold or one Wave of the Blizzard applies that to an enemy hero. You have Ace in the Hole for Raynor. You then get that extra damage. You can really blow up into an enemy. You can really blow up an enemy hero with that. Also, her Shrine Clear is really impactful as well, and her just zone potential with Water Elemental or even Ring of Frost can be devastating. But in Artanis and Falstad on the left-hand side, I'm really confused by this draft. No joke. I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not sure, because, like, are they playing double global with ETC Falstad? Also, Berserk, thank you for the follow, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the stream. I'd ship it, yeah. Reverse sweep all 3 of their last matches in the last year's launch season, to be fair. To be fair. That is going to be an Ana band out. Once again, like, all respect bans coming out from Can't Counterpick Stupid right now. Tass, though, with a Raynor Jaina. Ban out the Murden, maybe. Murden got away too many times, and I would get rid of it personally. But they're going to get rid of the Stukov. Okay. They're going to get rid of... Because like, the way I was looking at it is just Murden escaped so many times. Why not get rid of that and potentially put someone who might... Maybe Valk is not as comfortable in something else. So if they know how aggressive they can be with a Murden and be like, oh, I can sustain and get away with this Dwarf Toss with 100 health 4 or 5 times because they did that last game, then I would consider getting rid of that. Plus, the Murden pairs into the Jaina Raynor pretty well. There's some lockdown. You also have the healing static. Oh, wait, is this a main tank Uther coming in?
The voice of Elune.
The one thing, so I'm thinking Kerrigan, but at the same time, they need something for their solo lane. Into the Artanis, probably. So I don't think it's going to be Kerrigan. Sonya wouldn't be a bad idea, actually, coming out for Can't Counterpick Stupid. But last 2 picks coming out from the members of Tass, though. Oof, they need some healing. They could actually go Tassadar here. Tassadar's really, really powerful on a map like this, but it's gonna be Rhaegar and Orphea. Oh, all right, there's a DC. Why was there a DC? Main tank Uther. Yup. What? I'm so confused right now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my stream. Ouch. My sternum did a weird pop thing. So while we're waiting for this, I don't know what's happening. I'm so confused right now. While we're waiting for the member to get back into the lobby and figure out actually what's happening in this, welcome to my stream. If you are new to the stream, my name is Bahamut. I do a lot of casting for Heroes of the Storm, typically Monday through Thursday. While we actually have this moment, let's talk about Sunday at 5 o'clock PST. Do you know who Tatsuki is? Do you know who Big Scary Duck is? If you don't, that's okay. You should come by my stream on Sunday at 5 PST, where I'm going to be doing a special little best of 5 series, a little show match, if you will, between the members of Tatsuki's Frenzy and Big Scary's Ducks. That's going to be starting at 5 PST, so 8 EST if you're on the East Coast, and then everywhere else in between. And then if you're in Europe, I believe it's 1 or 2 in the morning, AM, so I hope you can catch it. And then I'm trying just to remember everything about it. So we start at 5. It's going to be a best of 5 series between Tatsuki and Big Scary Duck. There's a bunch of community players in the game. I actually don't know what the teams are. I found out accidentally last night that Coffee's on one of the teams because I raided into him. He's like, I'm so excited to play on Sunday. I'm like, I guess you're playing. Cool. I don't know what's happening. But so 5 o'clock PST, Sunday, best of 5. No maps are banned out. Or excuse me, there's only 3 maps that are banned out. The 2 sandbox maps and the ARAM map. Because me personally, in a best of 5 series, I just don't... I don't know what's happening in chat, so I'm just going to ask them if they're ready. Okay, I'm going to push the button. So, yeah, Sunday, and then to finalize that, so Coffee will be there. I don't know who else, honestly, will be there. They didn't tell me the teams. But the big thing, if you missed Cat Peach casting, she'll be there as well. Cat Peach and I will be giving you that best of 5 series, and I believe we may have some alcohol involved as well. But we got a draft. Let's go ahead and get into that. Did Tass, though, get scared of main tank Uther and leave? Possibly. Draft broken again? So for anyone that is wondering, because I experienced it tonight and I did see it before, we're just going to run through the draft, so we don't need to talk about this right now. For anyone that is casting or is playing, just so you know, if your team is unranked in Storm League and you're in a group, the lobbies will not push through. You cannot be in a group together and... Now, this isn't the correct order. Yeah, Kat's gonna be casting with me. Sorry, I was kind of all over the place with that. I was trying to read the draft chat and make sure everything's going well with that one. But 5 o'clock Sunday, best of 5 series. Cat Peach and I will be bringing you some amazing games between Tatsuki and Big Scary Duck. Coffee will be there. What team he'll be on? That's for you to find out. But I know they've reached out and they've asked a bunch of friends and stuff, so it might be just people from Heroes Hearth. It might just be people from Tatsuki's stream. Who knows? Who knows? But it's gonna be a good one, and I'm super excited about it. I hope you all come by. I really, really hope you come by. Cat Beach and I are really looking forward to this. We had Thanksgiving down in Sacramento with some friends, and we were like hanging out, and I was like turned around, I was like, do you want to cast a best of 5 and just like drink a little bit? And she's like, absolutely. So yes, we are gonna be having that. Am I in San Francisco? Oh, Smoogie. Wait, Smoogie. I miss Smoogie. How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I told Tatsuki to give you a hug when you were last visiting her before you moved. Catmutt? Butt Peach? Or Butt Peach is way better. Butt Spot kicked in at the perfect time. It's in Little Leg Land? What's Little Leg Land, Tilted Sister? Put me on a team. Actually, Selexia, I have another idea coming up, and I'll reach out to you and Weenus about it, because I know Weenus, I think, wants to do it, and I think, I know Jinxie Cat said she wants to as well. So I have another idea for a little bit later on. It's the Cho'Gall one that I think you already heard about yesterday. So I have that Cho'Gall thing planned fairly soon. Mal'Ganis was the last pick coming out from the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. I know we were kind of all over the place with this entire draft, but the members of Tass, though, their draft did not change whatsoever, but we did not have the last pick for Can't Counterpick Stupid, and that is going to be the Mal'Ganis. I'm excited about this matchup on Infernal Shrines. Tatsuki D, give me a big hug. How you doing? I'm doing wonderful, Smoogie. Thanks for coming by. I hope your travels are good. I hope you're settling in really, really well. And as I said before, I wish I got to spend more time with you at BlizzCon. I wish I got to spend more time with everyone at BlizzCon. Like, I ended up walking like a mile or two to go see people because I was like, I need to see, like, I got to see Weenus. Like, I was just like, I'll walk down to your hotel and I'll have a beer with you. Like, it's worth it. It is so worth it just because I didn't get to see people enough because I was running around with the camera all day. But we got a game. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Stream Deck, thank you. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Tass, though, trying to close us out in a 2-0 fashion. Rigor Mortis will be on the Falstad. Hey, it's me. Crypt Digger going to be on the Artanist. Kurt Dog will be on the Orphea. Hemo Santiago is going to be on the Orphea. And we have Trevorrow on the ETC. Jumping on over to our right-hand side to the potential reverse sweepers. We have Counterpick Stupid trying to take us to a Game 3. Wits End going to be on the Tyrande. Valkymer is going to be on the Uther. Thorin will be on the Raynor, Keladorn will be on the Jaina, and Osprey going to be on the Mal'Ganis. I don't believe the Sentinel hit anyone, so no insta-GGs back to lobby, or back to the desk. Not yet, at least. I'm going to try again and go next year, but we'll see. I'll be going again next year, that's for sure. BlizzCon will be my mecca. It'll be my trip every year that I do, but I don't care about, like, it's cool to see all the releases and everything, but all I care about is just seeing people. Like, that's all, honest to God. Like, that was the best part about BlizzCon for me, is just, like, running into people in the crowd, meeting up with people at the meetups that we had, as well as just the event itself was fun, but just the people is what makes it. That's why I keep going back. Also, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm excited for Diablo stuff. That looks really, really cool. I was talking with I know we have a game currently. I was talking with friends, and I was just like, I personally think that the new Diablo comes out sometime in 2020. Or no, excuse me, we get a 2021 announcement at the 2020 BlizzCon. That's the way that I'm thinking about it. But people are saying, like, oh no, they think it's like 4 or 5 years. I don't know about that. It didn't like that the demo that I played at BlizzCon did not feel like 4 or 5 years away. And from my understanding as well, the demo that they had at BlizzCon had, like, I think they said it had like 3 hours of gameplay total, and there was like multiple different tracks you can go into. It's just that you were limited within the demo to, I believe, 20 minutes. It kicked you off after 20 minutes, and it just restarted it. But I played the Druid, and I felt like a gigantic bear man who was crushing everything. It was very, very good. Let's get into the game. Diablo and BlizzCon stuff all aside. Thank you all for being here. I love you all. Okay, sorry. Anyways, power slide from Trevorrow to get the right out of there. They're gonna be, are you gonna be able to get out of this? Oops, thought we got rid of that already. There we go. Orphea actually gonna be going into Backbiter at level 4. Are we gonna be seeing a Chomp build from her? Power slide from the ATC to buy some time for Hemo Santiago to get out of there. There's gonna be a penetrating round from Raynor getting a couple members knocked back. They do get the camp on the side of Tass, though. Kurt Dog looking for a little extra damage into Wits End, but doesn't find it. Stun comes out onto Kurt Dog, who there's the Backbiter value, but they end up using the Shadow Waltz to step forward. Really good sidestep of the Lunar Flare from Tyrande. So far, really good play coming out from Tass, though, but the aggression that Counterpick Stupid is putting on the table, I'm liking this thus far. Into the solo lane matchup between these two, Osprey is going to be struggling a little bit, it looks like, just because their wave clear is a little bit slower than the Artanist, but at the same time, there's a bit of a strategy to play the solo lane a little bit slower, so that way the enemy member has to be up further towards your gate. That allows your friendly team to rotate up and potentially gank them. But gank potential, I mean, we're looking at actually, if Jaina and Uther rotated up, between the Jaina, Uther, and the Mal'Ganis, maybe not even Uther, they could potentially get the burst onto Artanist as necessary, because I'm just looking at like the Hammer of Justice, as well as you have the Fell Claws from the Mal'Ganis, and they did go into the Hammer of the Lightbringer at level 1, so you do get the cooldown reduction once you actually finish this out, and that's a big thing for a lot of main tank Uthers, to have that sustained CC. It's a weird sentence, but it sounds weird when I say it, but it's just the constant CC that you're able to provide with that not Hammer of the Lightbringer, with the Hammer of Justice. But we do have our first objective. Swap goes out onto the Uther. There's a lot of, oh my god, that's a lot of just chain CC going out onto them, and they find themselves a kill onto said Uther. Ghost form will be up and available, so they get a little bit of healing out to a couple members, but this will be first objective going over in favor for the members of Tass, though. Rhaegar rotating into mid to make sure they're picking up more experience. And this is, I thought they were holding for a couple seconds there, but no. Also, let me skim, I'm skimming through talents. Questing wise, Jaina's got a long way to go in her baseline. I'd say like a third-ish of the way through on her level 1 questing talent. Raynor went into Behemoth armor. I just noticed that. True shot aura for the Tyrande as well. And Nightbot out here just spamming. But what are the dates? 2-Butt and 22nd? Exactly, Buttspot. Just chiming in perfectly. Tyrande gets jumped on by the Trigger Leopard. Oh my god, by the Punisher right there. And this is going to be Kurt Dog trying to step up and find a kill onto Thorin. Chrono Surge for the Artanis. That's not something I see very often. But it's attack speed buff. It's a lot more damage. Hey, if you're able to get consistent, what are they, phase prisms? Phase prism. You can really start to shred through some people, especially with that. I'm a little surprised we don't see the Lunar Blaze from the Tyrande, because that 30% range increase, that's pretty impactful for a team. Artanis is still pushing up this top lane freely, mind you. They also are going to be going for the well. Look at this, though, collapse. As they were rotating into top lane, Tass, though, is trying to catch the enemy members, and they catch Celadorn here. That's going to be the barrel roll forward from the false status. Did they use any bribe stacks? They've bribed 2 units so far because they got the 10% onto them. Jumping back into this top lane with the Artanis, Kurt Dog is going to be joining in with the ETC as well as the Rhaegar. This should be an easy fort for them for top lane. Next Punisher will be mid lane and will be Arcane. I believe we're about a minute or so away from the announcement. I think the Punisher went down about a minute ago, so Prison doesn't connect onto Osprey. They just use the Night Rush to actually re-engage. Celadorn will be here. This is really risky of a play right now. They just stepped up into 4 enemy members and they took a lot of damage. This will be the camp being cleared out by the Jaina as well as the Mal'Ganis, but as I said, Fort going to be going down in that top lane. We do see the Uther still soaking through mid. We do have 10 Talontiers rolling on through in favor for the members of that task, though, so we'll cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like as the Falstad is clearing out the bottom lane, making sure this camp doesn't get much value for the enemy team. Holy Shock Uther, seriously? Holy Shock Uther has got value. I honestly, I don't think they're out of this game. I think 10 Talontier could be the dynamic shift they needed. Oh, that phase prison though. Oh, I'm sweating right here for the player. ETC power slides in. They went for the mosh, but it was immediately interrupted by the Righteous Hammer from the Uther. That could have been a massive mosh pit, but it's off cooldown. Sorry, I had to chug water really quickly. Whew. Just poking on back and forth. Clearing out the top lane. Falstad soaking in through bottom. What are they sitting at stack-wise? 16? Did they bribe again? Yeah, they already brobe again. There's your conjugation for the day. Falstad flying in with a huge fight breaking out in this top lane. That is going to be Purifier Beam going out as a gust comes out from the Falstad to save one of the members. Oh, Valk was so close to going down right there as there's a Night Rush coming out from Osprey. Of course, I chug water and then it's like, let's do a giant team fight. Shrine will be activatable in the next second here. Seems like the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid are going to be at least having control of this for now, as they found 2 kills in that last team fight so far. And as I said, like 10 Talontier might be what they need. Ring of Frost with the Divine Storm, that's an amazingly strong setup, and then you can throw the Starfall on top of that. Usually main tank you take Q on 1-2, yeah. I've seen these 2 talents interchangeable. I've seen, oh, that's a good mosh pit, but it's mostly zoning. There's the Eternal Feast underneath that. It will only get 2 procs overall, and this is going to be Uther going down during this entire engagement. Osprey in a bit of a rough spot. They don't have the Carrion Swarm up for the next 20 seconds, so they're going to be going down as well. Chomp coming out from the Orphea. Actually, well, this Mal'Ganis was living in that damage, but ends up going down in the end. They stagger out of death a little bit right there. Yeah, but there is Silver Touch at level 1 and Hammer the Lightbringer are the 2 that I often do see. And then Holy Shock or I believe it's Hammer of Justice? No, that sounds wrong. What's the one that's right here? It's movement speed after you use Hammer of Justice. It allows you to be super aggressive, and I think I typically see that more so with like Kerrigans on this map. Alrighty, Arcane Punisher from mid lane. This is a fort that they're going to be giving over. 13 talent tiers up and in favor for the members of Tass, though. Can't counterpick stupid. Just trying to find their way into this one. It's not like it's just like a slow bleed, which is the hard part, and they're just trying to find experience, but these team fights are just every single time, not every single time because they actually got a couple kills beforehand, but it's just majority of the time are going over to the members of Tass though, and it's just hard to kind of fight into that. The swap goes out onto Wit's End. I don't think you make it out of that one. Offspree tries to dive in to help them out. Ring of Frost connects out onto a couple members. Rainier trying to put the pepper in, but there's a gust coming out from the Falstead. Hemo Santiago going to self-cast the Ancestor Healing onto themselves. They've got a decent wave behind them and no Tyrande to deal with. Still, main tank Uther is going to be here having a little bit of healing out for the friendly team. They've got this camp pushing in, but they end up just disengaging and saying, you know what, we're going to back off, we'll grab some camps, we'll put some more pressure onto the board and reset for the next Punisher phase, which I believe is somewhere around the 12-minute mark in the game. But XD, what's up, Porky? Well met. I think you might be right. Wait, oh, you saying for level 4? Yeah, no, level 4, it's something that buffs out Hammer of Justice, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I can picture the icon. It's basically this icon right here. It's the well-met icon, but it's movement speed increase. Holy Shock value is really, really impactful here as well. Either way, Falstad gonna be in bottom. What are they sitting at bribe-wise? Sitting at 25% on their Lightning Rod bonus damage. That's actually really, really strong. That's the point in scaling where it really starts to hurt to get hit by that one, as well as being sustained damage and chased out by it. I was looking at, sorry, I was moving the camera around a little bit because there's the Celestial Crabs are always great because the background. Like their station, oh wow, that's a raw Ring of Frost into the bush, and they find themselves in Orphea, but there's going to be a mosh pit as well as a gust little anti-synergy coming through. Zoning mosh in the end works out for them. Eternal Feast will be out as well, and there's a couple members getting consistently hit by that one. There's a Purifier Beam thrown out onto Valk, I believe, which is chasing them. We do have the Divine Storm as that just now ends. We do have a fight breaking out below us as well. Just everyone fighting on the battlegrounds as that will be Artanis going down. They're going to be looking for another fight or another engagement here, but this is very, very risky for Offspree. Kurt Dog could go down. If Raynor can find a little extra damage into them, that'll be perfect. Power Slide from the ETC to zone them back, but no mosh for the next 89 seconds. Meanwhile, in mid lane, there's still going to be the Impaler camp with a catapult pushing on in. Next Punisher will be top lane, will be Mortar. Should be getting the announcement fairly soon for this. Sentinel coming out. Little kiss onto Orphea right there. Pursuit of Justice, thank you so much. I missed that.
You will take it for me.
I'm trying to. I miss things when I'm casting. This map is all blue. CSS just isn't able to get camps. Yeah. It's a rough go for them. They're not out of this yet though. Like it's Heroes of the Storm. It's a rubber band base game. It's real, like, there's so many rubber band moments right now. They're fighting down without 16 talents here. Let's see how this is going to go. We're going to pull away talents once again. Artanis in the back lane. Ring of Frost goes out. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Valk is split from the team. Caledorn is taking way too much damage. I don't think they have Ice Block up and available. Tyrande with the Starfall coming out as well. Eternal Feast is going to be there from the Orphea. The Uther will be going down. Some Ghost Heals will be out as well. Wit's End is trying to make their way out of this one. Falstad with the Hammering will slow them for a bit. They Power Slide in, and that's going to be another member going down. Shrine is activatable, but you've got 3 down the opposing side. Realistically, I say you split a couple members off, push in through mid, and then you just grab the rest of this. Yeah, exactly this right now. Tass, though, with the perfect play coming out from them. I was actually going to say you could try and push on to keep, but they're going to back off and just cycle for some more camps to push out through the lanes. Actually, they might be grabbing this to siege in through mid lane. While they're sieging in, while 16 Talontiers around the corner for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid, we are going to be having a, we'll look at some of the stats when it comes to damage, healing, as well as experience. Pay attention to you. Okay, Lorelai. You're not allowed to miss things. Gusting your mosh feels bad? Yeah. There's a clip in my Discord, I think it's actually pinned, where my ETC friend was saying, "Don't mosh," and I said, "I'm gonna gust." And then it's just Cat Peach laughing in the background. That's actually a good one. If you're not in the, if you're in the Discord, I think it's in the clips channel. It's in the pinned messages in the clip channel if you're in my Discord. But we do have another swap attempt. Not actually, no prison coming out from them. We have the Hyperion out from the Rainer as well, just to try and zone back the enemy team. Mortar Punisher pushing on through top lane. 16's up on both sides when it comes to towns. ETC with the Mosh Pit connects onto the Mal'Ganis. Eternal Feast will be there as well. Rainer Frost in the back line. They find the Tyrande kill. They're also going to get a Rainer. Swap goes out onto Kelador just in time. Ice Block will be right in front of the keep. This is still going to be the... even the Gust went out to just force them further away from their Hall of Storms. But this is looking like the members of Tass, though, are going to be trying to take this game. And with 3 members down the opposing side and the Punisher pushing in, I don't think the defense is going to be here and available for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. And it looks like that is going to be game going over to Tass, though, as they're trying to buff their KDA. Either way, game goes over to them. GG, well played. Wait, 10%. Okay, now that they wiped everyone, they can all hit the core. Game goes over. GG, well played. Look at that. Look at that skin. That's a good one. Alrighty, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We still have a short interview with one of the winning players, and then we're going to be hosting someone over. So don't go anywhere. We've got a little extra stuff. And then I will tell you about the stream for tomorrow night, because we have more casting tomorrow night, and I'll let you all know what that is. Let me get into a lobby. Let me mute myself and deafen, and let's get Kurt Dog. Stat padding, exactly. They want to get in the Nexus Edge. They want to make sure that they have those best KDA ratios for the Nexus Edge.
You could give the best hugs.
Brivewin? Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I murdered your name. Will you invite him to NGS Discord? IDK, where'd you get that link? Okay, he's going through the website? Okay, alright. Let's show stats once again. All right, pull it on back to Bandit and I, and let's update the score, and we'll get our interview going here with Rigor Mortis in just a second. Once we get them in here. But thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry about the network issues earlier. I'm glad those leveled out. I feel bad about my saltiness, but it happens. I was just frustrated at the network because I honestly, like I always say this, like I look forward to this. I really, really look forward to casting for all of you. So when that happened, I was like, please, why? No. Please, this is the height of my day in a sense. But we will get an interview with them in just a second. I don't know where they are. There we go. Alrighty. So at this time, we're going to be joined by Rigor Mortis. How you doing? Congratulations on your victory. How you feeling?
I'm pretty happy with the way we played.
It looked really good. So let's go back to Volskaya Foundry, game number 1. That's your map pick. There's a lot of back and forth within the teams. Did it ever feel like there was a moment where the enemy team could potentially bring it back and start to snowball against you?
I mean, I don't ever like to feel like the enemy team is out of it, because I've come back from, games that people think you're out of. So I never wanted to like feel overconfident. We know, like how we play and how we like to play. So we just kind of stuck to our game plan through the whole game.
It seemed to work really, really well for you. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really good game plan. So, on that note, when we transition over to Infernal Shrines, that's the met pick of the opposing team. Your team looked wildly comfortable on that map. Is it a comfort map for you, or was this more of kind of one of those moments where like their draft, you found the flaw and you were just able to exploit it constantly?
I don't necessarily care for the map personally.
Okay.
It is a team comp that we've practiced, so I felt comfortable there. We felt comfortable with the enemy picks, and and the bands that we got on the map. So just kind of went from there. And as the game progressed, obviously we got more and more comfortable, and I was able to get a lot of like off soak and help a lot with the little bribes on camps and stuff like that. That created a lot of pressure for us.
That's perfect. You guys played that really, really well. Like, it was an absolute blast to cast. These games were so much fun. Before I let you run out of here, any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours, my friend.
Just my teammates, man. Everybody on the team played super well tonight. We felt super comfortable. You know, other than that, you know, just shout out to the team.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games, and I can't wait to see you further down in the Nexus Gaming Series season.